So
Great
look,
to be with you, Steve.
We haven't seen all the details, but it looks like the basic parameters are you guys want permanent protection for DACA people. Trump says, I'll give you that. I want more money for border security. No wall. Is that a good deal?
It could be. We're going to have to see the details, but certainly the parameters you just laid out are the parameters for a deal to fix the problem Donald Trump created. Let's remember, this isn't an issue that came out of the skies. He dismantled the program through executive order President Obama put in place, and now we have to fix his mess. And that's what we're trying to do.
Well, so we will see the details, but it looks like one of the biggest potential stumbling blocks here is in terms of giving protection, permanent protection to DACA folks. The question is whether this is legal status in this country or an actual path to citizenship. You heard Nancy Pelosi there today saying path to citizenship. We know that's what Democrats want. My question to you is, could you live with permanent legal status?
I think, we call these 800,000 young people dreamers for a reason. They dream of being Americans. They grew up here. They came here as little kids through no fault of their own. They are American. I've met with them. I've had dinner with them. They're wonderful young people who want to make a contribution and want to be Americans. And so there has to be a path to citizenship, or frankly, we quash that dream dreamers dream of.
So if the final deal that's offered to you, if Nancy Pelosi, if the Democrats talk to Trump, they go back and forth, and the deal that comes out is, hey, these DACA folks, they're set, they're in this country, it's legal, they can stay for the rest of their lives, we're just not going to have a path to citizenship, you're a no vote?
Why would we give green cards to people and say, but you can never apply for citizenship? We don't do that to other green card holders. So why would we discriminate against the very group we're trying to help right now? And the president professes to be concerned for.
What about the issue here, the tone of the last first 8 months of this presidency, going back to the election, the word that's come from the Democratic base at all these rallies, all these marches in the streets has been resist. Resist this president, resist this presidency, resist compromise. Are you guys betraying your own base in striking a compromise with the president that might help him politically?
Where there's an opportunity, I think we should strike, if it's consistent with our values and principles and goals. And I think that's what our leadership's trying to do. There's an opportunity. Now, the opportunity isn't because a man of principle has come around to seeing things our way. It's because somebody miscalculated, the president. In getting rid of DACA, he did not anticipate the enormous negative reaction, even in Republican polling. And so he has to fix the problem he created, and the Republicans are certainly not the place to go to fix the DACA dreamer problem. It's only the Democratic caucus that's willing to entertain that in large numbers. And so, in a tactical move, he's reached out to our leadership to try to fix his own problem. And if we have the opportunity to coincide our goals with his, I think that's smart legislating, and I think our leaders are trying to respond to that.
Do you sense that this is a one-time deal here? We saw there was the debt ceiling thing already a week or two ago. Now there's this. Do you sense this is the start of a trend of more potential cooperation between your side, the Democrats, and President Donald Trump?
I would be really cautious about that expectation. This is the same president that wanted to gut health care and deny it to 22 million people, that issued the executive order on Muslims and refugees, that issued the order on transgender individuals in the military, that issued the order getting rid of DACA as an executive order. So let's not forget, a tiger rarely changes its stripes. So let's be realistic about who we're dealing with and what the issues are, and we can deal with them on a case-by-case basis. But I don't see some new huge pivot to democratic values and principles by this president.
Bigger picture here, it does occur to me, if this deal ends up being enacted into a law here, you'd have in the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, you'd have permanent protection enshrined in the law for DACA recipients, signed into law by Donald Trump. It looks now like the Affordable Care Act, like Obamacare, is going to be here for a while. It looks like that's going to survive. And if it changes in the future, it's now Democrats talking about going single payer. In fact, you have this issue of tax reform. Still, there's been no action there. The whole issue of cutting taxes for the the wealthy. That hasn't happened yet. If this is what we emerge, if this is the legislative record for the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, do you look at that and say, this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be?
I think actually we've had some remarkable successes in this 9-month period. I agree with you. But I think we have to be very wide-eyed and realistic about what we're dealing with. This is not somebody who has any moral core value system. This is somebody who is focused on deal-making irrespective of the content. And we have to tread very carefully, and we have to absolutely protect the values and principles and goals that we espouse and that we believe in passionately on behalf of the people we represent. And our rank and file certainly expect that of us.
And are you satisfied with Nancy Pelosi and how she's represented your caucus in these dealings with Donald Trump?
I am. Nothing I'm saying should even be inferentially read as criticism of either Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi. They're the leaders, and they're doing their job. Congressional leaders have to deal with the president, irrespective of who it is. And they're very cognizant of what I'm saying, that they have to tread carefully, and they have to lower expectations about what really can be accomplished across the board, because we don't have a lot in common with this president. And frankly, we can't vitiate these last 9 months in terms of his actions and the ugly way he got elected. All of that's on the record. None of that's changed.
All right, Jerry Connolly, Democratic congressman from Virginia. Thank you for the time, sir.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.